Hello, TikTok. I just want everybody to just stop what they're doing and just listen to my story real quick. Hello, my name is Sky. I'm reaching out on behalf of my uncle. He has been missing for a week ever since Easter. The company that he has been working for, Empire River Company in New Orleans, refused to let anyone come near their boats and search for his well-being. He's been missing for a week. He comes to work every single day. All his equipment was left on the boat. Let me put his story up. How are there no cameras on a boat? How is there no one watching? Has a guard watching, making sure that for everyone well-being? How you as a company, when someone gets on your site, they are your responsibility. Where's my uncle?
And before we start this video, if you don't like black people, if you don't like black issues, if you don't like black talks, get the stepping. I'm going to say it over and over and over again. Without black content creators pushing the issue, no one would care. So we have to continue to care. This man has a family that loves him, and he deserves the same goddamn energy as everyone else. It broke my heart when I heard about this recent story. Man, run the tape.
I'm holding on to my faith. His fiance is holding on to her faith. And we're believing, but we need something tangible to guide us through this.
A Marrero family is demanding answers after their loved one never returned home from work.
It's been more than a week since Darius Clemens showed up to his job along the Mississippi River.
Lily Cummings explains what we know about his last known location.
Family members describe 42-year-old Darius Clement as hardworking.
He dedicated his life to that job. I told you about a fiance, but he was already married to the job.
His aunt, Veronica Clement, says he was promoted to foreman with QSL, a supply chain company headquartered in Quebec. But on April 22nd, the Marrero man went to work near the First Street Wharf at the Port of New Orleans, and he never returned home.
So it's been just a circus. It's really been a horrible circus. And they're not being forthcoming when it comes to what's going on. My nephew was somebody.
Family members say he called his fiancée about an hour into his 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift. That was the last time they heard from him. Harbor police say a missing persons report was filed the next day. Clement says it's been a battle to get any information, and they want to see more action.
Do something for Darius. They're disregarding it. And we think that that's awful.
The Coast Guard told us that the lead investigating agency on this is Harbor Police. Now, the family has spoken with them and the company, but says neither provided answers. In a statement, Harbor Police said the search is ongoing and that HPD is utilizing all available resources to find Mr. Clement. Without answers, the family doesn't know whether to grieve or hold on to hope.
We're believing, but we need something tangible to guide us through this.
Lily Cummings, WWL, Louisiana.
Now, we reached out to Clemens' company, QSL, this afternoon, but we have not heard back. If you know anything about where he might be, call Harbor Police.
And later on in this video, we'll break that interview down. But sometimes you have to shut up, sit back, and use your common sense. I only saw this story on 2 news outlets, small ones. But if this was a Caucasian person that went missing from their job, this would be all over social media. It'd be all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Tell me I'm lying. Like I always say, on this channel, we let nothing slide because you have to realize something about Louisiana, especially New Orleans. Outside New Orleans, outside Louisiana, no one cares about anything but Mardi Gras, partying, food, and football. That's all they care about outside Louisiana. So they don't care when our people go missing. They don't care about the crime in New Orleans. They don't care about anything. They look at New Orleans as a party city. So we have to care. We have to care about our people when our people go missing. But before I get too pissed off and start talking fast as hell, let's get into this article because I want to show y'all it's something we can learn from this whole situation. And I want to show y'all the answer is right in our faces all the time. And this article is by 4WWL and it was published May 2nd, 2025, which was Friday. Family desperate for answers after Marrero man vanishes during overnight port shift. The last known contact with Darius Clement was a phone call to his fiancée approximately 1 hour into his 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. shift on Monday, April 21st, 2025. The family of 42-year-old Darius Clement is pleading for information and demanding action after their loved one mysteriously disappeared over a week ago after reporting for his shift near the First Street Wharf at the Port of New Orleans. Clement's aunt, Veronica Clement, described her nephew as a dedicated and hardworking man. He dedicated his life to that job. She said, I told you about fiance, but he was already married to the job. Make that make sense. And now to my truck drivers, I'm always telling y'all, when you own that road, do not stress or do not put your life on the line for these companies, because at the end of the day, they don't give a damn about you. And I have a lot of cousins back home in Louisiana that work on ports in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Plaquemine, all over Louisiana. And they love their jobs. They love their careers. They get paid good. But look how they treat our people when shit gets real. Make it make sense. This man, Darius Clement, was only 42 years old. He loved his career. He loved doing what he do. And all of a sudden he goes missing. All of a sudden the company is confused. No, they're not confused. They just don't want to be sued. And you have to sit back and think about it. This is a black family from a rural Louisiana. They're not trying to create generational wealth for a black family in Louisiana, period. So they're going to play dumb the whole time. And you have to step back and think about this. They do it all across the country. When black women go into labor and they die, they are murdered by these hospitals and by these doctors. It's some states to where they created laws to where you can't even sue the hospital. You can't even sue the doctors. I told y'all, the game is cold. And according to the family, Clement had recently been promoted to foreman with QSL, a company headquartered in Quebec. And we all know, as a foreman, we all know what comes with that position: hatred and jealousy. So did someone throw him overboard? Did someone murder him? QSL, we need answers now. So it's been just a circus. It's really been a horrible circus, his aunt said. They're not being forthcoming when it comes to what's going on. My nephew was somebody. A missing persons report was filed with the Harbor Police the following day. However, Clement's family says obtaining information has been an uphill battle, and they are urging authorities to intensify their efforts. Do something for Darius, Clement said. They're disregarding it, and we think that that's awful. And Miss Clement, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why they're not trying to find your nephew. I'm going to tell you why they playing dumb. It's 2025. It's cameras everywhere, especially on these ports. And if you're a truck driver, if you know, you know. You have to use your common sense. You have to use common sense when you're dealing with these people. As truck drivers, we already know if you deliver to a port before, you can't go on that port property. You can't go to their warehouse near the ship. None of that. If you don't have security guard or escort, whatever you call them, because safety is so important to them. They're not going to play games with that. So they got cameras everywhere to make sure you can't finesse them, to make sure you can't play them, to make sure you can't say, oh, I failed. Oh, another truck hit me. Oh, I hit this warehouse. Now I'm suing the whole port. They got cameras everywhere to make sure you can't sue. So if Mr. Clement was in the wrong, they will have footage. That tells me everything I need to know. And then this is the crazy part. You telling me it's not one witness that saw what happened? Tell me I'm lying. Make it make sense. And I got to say this. I'm done. This is the CEO of QSL. And last year, they made $434 billion in assets. See, they don't want to get sued. That's the only thing. That's why they playing dumb. So the Harbor Police Department, they go play dumb. The news outlets, they go play dumb. Even the co-workers, they go play dumb, because you have to realize this Louisiana, you lose a good gig, you might not get the next one. I'm telling you, if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. I told y'all, if a cop was to come to one of his co-workers and ask him, it could be a best friend, it could be anybody. If they'll come and ask them what happened, you think they're going to tell them the truth? That co-worker go look at that cop and say, the game is cold. I told y'all. So to the family, I'm sorry y'all have to go through this. I'm sorry, the job is putting y'all through this. They're not telling y'all what's happening. But this is why I make these videos, because I already know what happens in Louisiana stays in Louisiana. This not making national news. They don't really care about our people. A 42-year-old black man, they don't care about him. They go on about their day. But this channel, I told y'all, I let nothing slide. And to my people, I need y'all to share this video, because we have to bring light to this situation. I'm out.